Homer Simpson, are you ready for some football?
We're bad
That's
at
it.
this.
Yeah, I'm not a good announcer, but obviously we're celebrating a football day.
Super
what kind
Bowl
of football day?
Sunday.
Oh, snap. Super Bowl.
It's Super Bowl Sunday here on Will There Be Cake, and we are celebrating hard. We are celebrating fast. We're celebrating Tom Brady and the Buccaneers because we live in
We're
Tampa
from the
Bay.
Tampa Bay area, and our team is in the Super Bowl for the first time since 2002.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's crazy.
All because of Tom Brady.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, it's a better team overall, but the moment he joins,
Yep.
we make it to the Super Bowl.
People who like really love the Buccaneers, aka like a lot of our male friends, are really upset when I call them the Tom Brady football team. But I do believe that we are the Tom Brady football team. Of course, he didn't do it alone.
It's a team sport for sure.
It's a team sport for sure. But would we have made it without Tom Brady?
I mean, he is
Probs not.
the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. Why is he called the GOAT? I don't even know those things.
What? Well, the greatest of all time.
Oh, greatest of all time. Yeah, I'm dumb. It's fine.
It's because he eats a lot of trash and he keeps biting my shirt and he jumps everywhere. Oh, that Tom Brady. Get down from that rock.
Okay, my bad.
He's the greatest of all time. A lot of people there, he does have a lot of haters. I was one of them when he was on the Patriots, but it was more because I hate the Patriots because Boston, New York and Boston, they have the best teams all the time. It's
I
just
still
like I'm
hate
tired
him.
of it.
I still hate him.
Well, here's the thing. I don't hate him as a person. I
Yeah,
don't know
no.
enough about him. I don't care. I do think
No,
the fact that he has...
I hate
what?
him as a person.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I like him as a football player. I hate him as a person. Continue.
Oh, so it's the opposite.
Yep.
He has, 6 Super Bowl rings now?
Yeah.
I mean, more than anybody. The fact that he was like... Somebody said, and I don't know if this is true, but
Yeah.
somebody told me who is way more into sports. They said that Tom Brady had this idea that he wanted to go to another market, another team,
Yeah.
and basically some team that hasn't been to the Super Bowl in a long time, and try to get them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, he
did it.
Yeah.
And so in 1 year, did it.
One
And
year,
the fact that somebody posted a meme where it just said the Bucks haven't been to a Super Bowl since 2002, and then it's a picture of Tom Brady where he's like, and I took offense to that or something like that. It's just he just did it, and now we're in the Super Bowl, which I thought they would make it to the playoffs, but I did not think they would make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, honestly, even watching them throughout the year, I didn't think that they were.
Because there were some
make
games
it.
that they lost by a
Yeah,
lot.
he threw a lot of interceptions.
I mean, he's definitely not as good as he once was.
Yeah,
but he's getting older.
He's getting old.
But the fact is, he's still there, and he's still making it to the Super Bowl.
It's funny. I saw a meme the other day that was a picture of Tom Brady when he won his first Super Bowl, and then a picture of the quarterback on the other team. What's the other team we're playing?
Patrick Mahomes or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes from Kansas City.
Who I actually really like. Last year I was rooting for their team because I like Mahomes. He's a young guy, and I have no really reason to like their team other than that's where my company's headquarters is.
Okay.
So, and
sense.
I went there right after the Super Bowl for my corporate training, so it was kind of cool. But the meme was a picture of when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl. Mahomes was like 8 years old or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's the power of Tom Brady is the fact he's still doing it.
Yeah,
I mean
he's doing it good.
You know what I mean? But then now you got these younger guys that are coming up, and let's see. Mahomes is in the Super Bowl. And let's see how they go. And I mean, defense wins championships, and the Bucs defense was pretty good last week, or 2 weeks ago or whatever.
They've been good this year.
If they can keep it up, they might have a chance. But who knows? It's gonna be good.
I hope they win. The whole year I've been I don't care if they lose because watching Tom Brady be sad is my favorite thing.
Right.
But I want him to win the Super Bowl for sure.
I think wasn't it the Patriots that went? They won every game except for the Super Bowl. Every game they went undefeated until the Super Bowl and lost. That just suck. I was just like, Jesus, really? I forget what year that was.
Don't they cheat?
He was part of Deflategate or Inflategate, Inflate or Deflategate.
Deflategate
because they were deflating the balls
and
making it easier to grab, which is such a weird that was a weird scandal.
Yeah,
for me when I heard that, I was like,
you'd think it would affect both teams negatively, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not. Maybe if
Are they just re-inflating it when it's their turn?
I don't know how it works. I don't watch football enough, so I don't know all
this
that
is
stuff.
a bad episode for us to do without having a guest that really... We have lots of friends that are
huge,
really big on football that we could have had, but instead we're doing it alone.
But I will say that Tampa Bay area, pretty good year.
Pretty good year for all of our teams, and that's part of the... I mean, even if we don't win, we made it to the Super Bowl, just like the Bucks.
The Rays.
The Rays made it to the World Series.
Yeah, they didn't win, but
the Lightning won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
But that's why it'll be like... Because I think California is in the same boat we are, but so if we win, then we'll be ahead of them of the amount of teams in our area. I forget where.
No, they had
in California, but they had
two. They had 2 wins. We have to win this one to tie them,
right?
Because they had Lakers won, I believe.
Yeah,
Lakers won for basketball,
won,
and then they had the Dodgers. Yeah. Dodgers won, so Dodgers beat the Rays. So the Rays lost, but we had Lightning won. For hockey.
Yeah,
so out of the major sports, we got football left out of the 4 major sports.
We got this.
So they got to win this one so we can tie LA for best teams, best cities for last year, sports-wise.
Sports.
Which is pretty good. I'm glad because Tampa Bay, it's been a while for some stuff. Besides the Lightning. Lightning have been good for a little while, but other than that, not so much for the Bucks. And the Rays have been decent. They've been...
Yeah, the past,
they're in a hard division,
years.
so it's hard. But football, Bucks have been pretty bad.
They've been bad for a long time. I've been going on and off when it comes to being a fan of football. It's my least favorite sport, which is usually the opposite for most people.
Basketball is my least favorite.
Yeah.
Only because we don't have a basketball team, so I'm not really invested in anybody.
I wasn't even counting basketball, so yeah, you're probably
right. You mean out of our teams, hockey, baseball, and football.
I think basketball is probably the least, even though last year I went to a basketball and a football game.
Oh, nice.
Because I went to watch USF play.
You mean 2019?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, I know. It's new.
I went and watched USF play Adam's team. I forget their name, and he'd be so mad at me. Connecticut basketball team. I don't even know if they're Connecticut. It might be.
No, there's a Connecticut. I can't think of their name though too.
And then I went and saw the Bucks play the Giants because Giants is his football team in 2019, and that was a really good game, even though the Bucks lost. But it's fine.
Yeah, I've been to Orlando Magic, which Orlando's 2-hour drive from here. So
But
I
they're
went
bad,
and saw.
aren't they bad? They're real bad.
Yeah, but it was a few years ago that I went because I just wanted to go. I haven't been to a basketball game, so I'm going to go. We went to that one, and I think they lost, but it was fun. It was fine. But if we had a basketball team, I'd root for them and stuff.
Yeah,
but we just don't have one in Tampa Bay.
But around the time they won the last Super Bowl, I was kind of into it because my grandparents owned Skyway Jacks down here, and the Bucks players would come in and eat there. So I got to meet some of them. We were on the news the one time with them being there, and I was a fan then. Then I stopped watching football for a while, and then we started playing fantasy football at the theater for a little while, and so that made me watch football, and I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I stopped again, and now I'm dating someone who's big into all the sports and a lot of football. So I watched a lot of football games this year, and it's entertaining sometimes.
When the Bucks made it to the Super Bowl last time, which was 2002 or 3 or whatever,
I think it was 2.
I think it was the season of the 2002 season, but they played in 2003.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so when they went, it was funny because my dad would always root for the Raiders and San Diego Chargers because he was from California. So he always rooted for those. And Oakland Raiders played the Bucks. So he was actually rooting for the Raiders. So I kind of was rooting for the Raiders because I was younger at that time.
Right.
It was high school, and I didn't really watch sports that much, so I was just rooting for them. But they lost, and the Bucks won, and I was like, all right, that's good. That's fine.
Nice.
Because everybody was happy at school the next day and stuff. So I was like, all right, that's cool.
It's kind of it's crazy because even if you don't watch football, the Super Bowl, especially if your team is in it, the Super Bowl is a huge thing. I mean, I was reading in this article about the Super Bowl that it's the second Americans consume the most amount of food on Super Bowl. It's the first one is Thanksgiving, and then second is Super Bowl. Yeah.
Super Bowl is usually the most watched programs too.
Toilets
TV.
You always see toilets are flushed the most during halftime or some shit like that.
People eat 2 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Sunday. Then there's the halftime show, and everyone loves that. There's Super Bowl commercials are always fun.
Although I haven't liked the commercials the last few years.
Yeah,
I don't think they've been that good. I want to say that like the last 3 years, I don't think there's been maybe like but one that made me actually like laugh.
They definitely got bad, but
They
I think
used to
that's
be, like,
also
funny.
because people don't watch commercials as much anymore. In
I
general.
guess, but like
They
I
did
feel
used
like
to be funny.
they used to be funny, and now they're like more like there's a lot of sentimental ones now.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
right.
and which is fine, but it's like I
It's
don't know.
deep. We
And then a
wanna
lot
have
of like
fun
car
so bad.
ones.
A lot of car ones.
Yeah.
So I saw this year, I don't know if you saw, there's a bunch of companies that are like opting out of paying to have their Super Bowl ads this year and instead like donating money and stuff, which I thought was
Oh.
kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I
that's
wonder what
good.
they'll play then.
I know, right?
What's going to be every 5 seconds because they do like one play and then it's a commercial.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of people that try and get their commercials on, so I'm
Who-
sure it wasn't hard.
Who's the halftime show this year?
The Weeknd.
Oh, it is The Weeknd. Okay.
Yeah, which is a weird choice to me, but whatever.
It's fine. They're like a bigger band now.
They're not a
Or I
band.
mean, they're
He's an
not. I mean,
artist.
yeah, like they're bigger now.
I've seen him live. I saw him live like 5 years ago, I think. I don't remember when, but it was a long time ago. I remember it was when
He
one
was
of the
in,
Star Wars movies came out. His show was the same night as Star Wars came out, and I worked my shift, and there was a line like out the door, and I was like, "Okay, bye, I gotta go to the weekend."
Oh shit. He was in
Bye.
that one movie with Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie was
But that's
exhausting.
But didn't that movie take place like several years ago? That's why like I didn't think
I don't know.
it's not as popular now.
I
But
don't,
maybe
he's not like super relevant. He did just come out with a new
Maybe
album,
yeah,
I think,
so maybe.
during quarantine. So
I don't
that's
know
probably
enough.
why. It's
Uh,
still weird to me, but whatever.
Well, his last
I'll
year
watch
was Shakira and J Lo.
Yeah.
And someone else.
I don't even think I watched it, or maybe I did. I think I was drunk. It was like we were at Kyle's. So we go to our friend Kyle's. It's been a tradition for a little while now. It used to be at his parents' house.
Now they're doing it at his house.
Now we're doing it at his house. Even though it's COVID, there's just going to be a small group of us in his backyard.
Because
But
I
it's
give
always been
him
a
my
tradition.
projector.
Yep.
So he's gonna put it outside, and we're gonna watch the game out there.
Should be a good
Should be
time.
cooler out, so it shouldn't be.
They
too bad.
usually do like they probably won't this year, but they do like the, I don't know, betting with the brackets and shit.
Yeah, I've never won that.
Me
But I
neither.
always just pick a spot that's empty by the time
Yeah,
they all
exactly.
pick.
I'm,
they're
I'm
like,
always late, and
we
then,
need like 2 more spots filled. Come on, guys, and I'm like, fine, I'll do it, and then I lose. But yeah, no, for halftime shows, I don't remember if there was one that I did. Like I think Tom Petty played like 7 years ago or something like that.
There's some
That was pretty
historical ones like Prince.
Prince is
Jinx.
normally considered the best halftime show,
Yeah.
and I watched it online because I didn't see it live.
They reference it in Ready Player 2.
Oh, do they?
His halftime show performance.
It's a good one. I think it started to
watched
actually
it.
rain
yeah,
during his.
yeah. It started raining. Yep.
I watched it online. I went back and watched some like halftime shows, but back then, like they were actual like. Well, when it first started, it was just kind of like peppy stuff. It was
Right.
just like it wasn't like a band or anything like that. It wasn't anything huge. Then it became that. Oh my
Wow.
god! Every time my phone,
That's the wrong one. There you go.
I did every one except for
They
that
just
one.
want you to extend your car warranty.
Yeah, but why is it linked? I turned off my Bluetooth.
I know, it's weird.
still on.
Probably because it automatically relinks when you get back in here. Apple, you have to like go into your settings. Robert,
Yeah, I
get
did
your
turn
shit
it off.
together.
I did. But I was going to say that now it's like a huge thing, but it's even more spectacle than it was even in like the 80s and stuff like
Yeah.
that. When Prince just came out, he just came out with a guitar,
Yeah.
walked around on like a stage with some people around and
But
stuff.
now it's like
it's like
huge thing.
fucking Katy Perry on a giant
Yeah,
lion
and then there's nipple
singing
slips.
Roar, and then there's I did see that one live.
Me too.
I was
yeah.
at my friend's house, Brian's house, and I remember everyone like, "Oh, did you see that? Was that her boob? Did it come out?"
Good one.
That was a big one.
But so the last few years, I mean, I haven't been into football like other than these last couple of years, but the Bucks come in, they rent out a theater at my theater every year. So there's like a few of them, and I have a picture with quite a few of them from last year. Not last year, the year before.
Look, my
2019.
Bluetooth is off.
Oh my God.
Why
Robert.
is it connected?
I have no idea.
I don't
I'm
get it.
sorry for your life.
It's just weird. And it's frustrating because I don't remember that every time we come into the studio and it's just on. Anyways,
Way to go.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the history of Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. So over the past 51 years, the Super Bowl has evolved into much more than a championship football game. It's a cultural phenomenon that nearly a third of Americans anticipate the whole year around. Football season.
I don't think I like. How many people?
I know. Well, I mean,
there
I'm
are
always
huge-
excited for the Super Bowl party because it's a time for like our friends to get together that I don't see that.
Yeah, but
often.
I'm just saying, like, after it's over the next week, you're not like, I can't wait till the next one.
I know, yeah, no, you're right. But it's cool because you have like wings, chili, beer, friends, the big budget commercials, the spectacular halftime show, and football.
Yeah.
Football's ready for some football. But the NFL was
football.
officially created in 1920, but it wasn't until more than 45 years later that the first Super Bowl happened in 1960. The request of several businessmen who wished to own their own football franchises was denied by the NFL. They decided to create their own alternative league called the American Football League. Is that the one that they restarted like a couple of years ago and then it didn't work because of COVID and it closed down again?
What?
American Football League? I know there was...
I thought that was the original, and then they split it into the National and American leagues.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. There was another football league.
You're probably thinking of the indoor thing.
Oh, maybe.
Shoot, what's it called?
I don't know.
Arena football or whatever. Which is
I don't remember, but
'cause
either
we
way,
used to have a Tampa Bay Storm
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah.
football team over here, and we don't have it anymore. I don't think.
maybe that's what it. But I remember it was like 2 years ago they like restarted this, and I'm pretty sure it like they stopped it when COVID happened. Because I remember
Maybe.
one of my managers at the time was like super excited about it. He was going to all the games and blah blah blah. But anyway, so
They might have. That sounds familiar.
so that the AFL, what lasted, that was in 1966, and then merged the two leagues by 1970, and then it was just the NFL.
Okay, so then yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like there was like another one, but I don't think it. Yeah, it didn't last long at all.
Yeah, no. So the merger didn't even take place until 1970. In the end of the season championship game, the first Super Bowl was played on January 15th, 1967 at the LA Memorial Coliseum. But it was broadcast on a couple of television networks and ended with the Green Bay Packers defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10.
That's why it's the Lombardi Trophy or whatever.
So now
Wasn't
we
he the
have
coach?
the Chiefs in there again. First time, and now they're here again. Okay, the term Super Bowl was coined by Lamar Hunt, the owner of the AFL Kansas City Chiefs, to refer to the championship game, and from there it caught on. After the two leagues merged into one big NFL, it was split into two conferences. Of course, the NFC and the AFC, winners of each play against each other in the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl Sunday game has become a part of American tradition with huge watch parties hosted all over the place, of course. It's very festival vibes.
Right.
Every game has been sold out since the first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there has hardly ever been a significant decrease in TV ratings. In fact, in 2015, the Super Bowl became one of history's highest-rated sporting events.
But that's for the Super Bowl because I know NFL numbers overall were down, though, over
Yeah.
the past few years.
Probably. I think it's
'Cause
dumb.
people were
Like, I don't understand. I'm sure there's, like, reasons for it, but I don't understand in all sports, like, why
it's all sports.
you can't watch your own... Like, there's sometimes you can't watch your football team play. Like,
You can't watch your team. They do the blackouts because they
Right.
want you to go to the game.
yeah, but your whole town cannot fit in the fucking stadiums.
They did that with the Bucks because people weren't going to the games. So the first like 7 games were blackout games, like home game, or
Right.
like I think like all the home games were blackout games. But people still went to like I think you could still get it through like if you went to like a sports place or you
Right.
paid for it or something like that.
Yeah.
But they weren't. like on
if you
cable
paid for
TV.
It doesn't make sense to me that they
Well,
still do that kind of shit.
It doesn't make sense. That was just their like. I think they ended up lifting it after so many games because people complained or something like that. But they did that for I think.
No, they still do it because there's times when Adam can't watch the Giants play. He has to torrent it.
Wait, but the Giants.
Like, it's not just on basic.
Right, but the Giant,
Cable.
but he lives down here.
He lives down here, right?
Yeah, so I think it's a little different. You can't watch every game
Right.
because the NFL Network.
But it's like
and stuff
the
like that.
opposite for him when it comes to baseball because
Yes,
because he can watch he can watch all of his Red Sox games here because
it's in a different area.
It's in a different area.
Yeah. So like, because when I was traveling across the country, I could watch Rays games.
Yeah.
As long as it was free on the MLB app. Like if that was the free game. If it's the free game on the day that you want to watch, but you're in the area, you can't watch it. So they do blackouts for all of those because they want people to go to the games, which I get
so
that, but also like the problem is with technology increasing. A lot of people claim that the NFL was losing viewership because of the protest stuff, right? Like the kneeling and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people are like, well, a lot of people don't want to watch football anymore because it's getting too political and stuff. It's like, but people weren't watching it already. It was already going down. Baseball's down. NBA, they had a huge thing. Like their viewership was down. A lot of viewership is down in general. And a lot of it has to do with one, just
people
like
don't pay for cable anymore.
People don't pay for cable anymore.
It's expensive to get like the MLB app or whatever other
I work
things.
at the sports,
I work at the sports
I
place.
work at the Derby Lane, and to get sports and everything, they used to have, or now they have it again, but they used to have like the NFL Network, right? So they would show every game. You could come play poker and watch a game, and you can pick any game you want. I'm trying to talk here.
Sorry.
You could not sneeze in the middle of my sentences.
Stop making me allergic to you.
So, but the thing is, they had to pay for every seat.
Oh, you have to. Oh, every seat.
Every seat.
That's
you
how
pay
it
a
is.
certain amount.
Yeah.
Even if there's not. Even if there's
pay
not
for
those
the
people
capacity.
in there.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is they had to pay, and it was expensive. So they dropped it for a while, and then we lost people because people weren't coming to watch it. They were going to bars and stuff.
Yeah.
So then finally,
but even bars have to pay.
They do, but they're smaller capacity. Where we were pretty
true.
big. We have a whole room that we don't use usually unless whatever. But because of capacity, we had to pay for it. So they ended up getting it back just because they wanted to bring people back. But I think a lot of people go out to watch sports, and they go to a place. They don't watch it at home all the time. They go to like a bar.
It probably went back up this year with COVID.
Yeah.
Viewing.
Yeah, probably.
But our area has always been big on watching the Rays games from home. Like we're like the number one team for.
Yeah,
like we have the highest numbers of watching the games from home. Because nobody goes to the games.
It's just weird to me, but like, yeah. I mean, I guess whatever.
So more Super Bowl facts. It's the Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers were the first Super Bowl winners to visit the White House in 1980.
Nice.
In 1989, there's the first Super Bowl halftime show that was broadcast in 3D, featuring a magician dressed as Elvis Presley. Okay. 89. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's Super Bowl halftime show gets the highest ratings than the game itself.
Wow.
That's so funny. And 2015 Patriots versus Seahawks becomes the most viewed Super Bowl of all time. We already knew that. So yeah, celebrate by obviously watching the Super Bowl. Maybe host a small
get together,
COVID-free, safe Super Bowl party.
This is the 61.
60.
No, 60. 60. The 60 as in this is the 61.
This
Not
is the
61, but the 60th. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this National Today recommends having a halftime show marathon. Watch some of the most recommended performances, like Beyonce in 2013, Bruce Springsteen in 2009, Prince in 2007, Janet Jackson in 2004, U2 in 2002, and Michael Jackson in 93.
Prince was 07?
I guess so, yeah.
I don't remember it being that.
That's a year after I graduated high school.
I mean, I didn't watch. Yeah, it was 2 years after me, so.
I don't think I watched it when it was happening. I don't remember watching it.
I definitely watched it online. I thought it was older, but I guess not.
And, get some Super Bowl-like food, like chicken wings.
Chicken wings, burgers, hot dogs, chips, guac.
Guacamole, that's my favorite.
Yeah, there's so many things. But yeah, it's a fun time.
I got some buffalo chicken dip for our party at Kyle's.
Dang, can't wait. We're going to head there right after this podcast.
Buffalo.
Right after that, that's how we're celebrating. We're going to go there. But Amber Simpson, should I bring a cake?
You should bring a cake.
Should I?
We need a cake.
All right.
Okay.
I'll bring a cake.
If not for us, for Tom Brady.
And you know what it's going to be in the shape of?
A football?
Yep.
Yes. Love it.
It's got to be.
Super Bowl.
All right. It is going to be a Super Bowl.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. How clever.
Thank you.
Go Bucks. Go Chiefs if you're that sort of fan.
If you're that guy.
If you're that guy. Go Chiefs for all of my corporate friends that I met.
Yeah, but go Bucks because that's where we live.
Yeah, that's what we want to happen.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we're going to see Kyle cry.
That's true. We'll see a couple people cry probably.
Probably. It's
All right.
fine.
Yeah, whatever. Things happen.
Okay, thanks, guys. Have a great day. Stuff yourself with Super Bowl foods. Get trashed and party like it's 1921.
Why did you say 1999 like Prince?
I was going to say 1999, and then I was going to change it to 2021, and I mixed together the two.
Cool. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
This has been a Seven Lamb production.